Good afternoon, everybody. Aaron Entertainment here, bringing you a stream on a Wednesday afternoon, 2 p.m. before Fightful's You're Listening to Boy. Why am I doing a stream today on a Wednesday? It's a very good question because, as in my title description, I'm doing an MLB 2021 season preview show for you guys. The season kicks off tomorrow. Opening day kicks off tomorrow. The first game, 1 o'clock games, kick off tomorrow for the upcoming MLB baseball season. And yes, this is a preview show, guys. So notes here before I start the preview show. Bit of a change in my schedule again, guys. Why We Love Sports is moving up to Friday for this week. I got updated, but it's moving up to Friday 3 p.m. Eastern Time. No, it's all about the pop tomorrow because of the opening day. Next week, a lot of stuff coming up next week. Monday, it's all about wrestling. Tuesday is no show. Wednesday, preview stream for Takeover Night 1. Thursday, it's all about the pop. Will be taking place on that day, and I'll be doing another stream for previewing Takeover Night 2. That's on Thursday. Friday, no show. Saturday, there is going to be Why We Love Sports April 10th because my Blue Jays were originally supposed to play at 3 o'clock at home on April 10th, but they moved the games to 7 o'clock, so Why We Love Sports is going to be back on its regular schedule. But I'll also be doing WrestleMania preview for night 1. Sunday, WrestleMania night preview night 2. That's going to come after the Blue Jays games on Sunday, April 11th. So between 4 and 5, whenever the Jays game ends, I'm going to set up during the Jays game. Haha, funny. Thank you, my cousin. That's my cousin now, Sarah. But that's just baseball, guys. So the season kicks off, guys. Let's talk about it, right? Talk about this. We're gonna go division by division. Who I think is gonna win? Who I think is gonna make the playoffs in each league. So let's start with the American League first. We got a lot of interesting moves this offseason, right? Lindor to the Mets, Springer to the Blue Jays. A lot of interesting moves. So we're gonna start with the AL East. Now this division contains of New York Yankees, Tampa Bay Rays, Toronto Blue Jays, Boston Red Sox, and Baltimore Orioles. Now, let's get Baltimore out of the way. Baltimore has an up-and-coming young offense, but they don't have the pitching. Matt Harvey is making the staff. Felix Hernandez is opted out so he's a free agent. So he could go anywhere he wishes to. But so Baltimore, once again they're gonna be 5th place, no question about it. No question about Baltimore being 5th. So I'm going to tweet this out. So the 3 teams that people we expect to make the playoffs, potentially make the playoffs in the East, are the Yankees, maybe Toronto Blue Jays and Tampa Bay Rays. Well, so since there's only 5 playoff spots this year, unlike last year where we have 7, I'm gonna say this: the Yankees are gonna win the division. I think the Yankees are gonna win the division. The rotation has question marks. Of course, you have Garrett Cole. Is Corey Kluber healthy? Is James Harrison healthy? Those are some huge question marks. But yes, the Yankees are hit. Definitely hit. Aaron Judge, DJ LeMahieu, top of the order. Giancarlo Stanton, Gilberto Torres, maybe bounce back here. Gio Estrella. Luke Voigt's out for a couple months. That's a big loss. Luke Voigt was very valuable for them. Zach Britton's out in their bullpen, but they're still the best team in the East, AL East. So yeah, I'm saying New York Yankees are going to take first in the AL East, and they're going to make the playoffs. 100% to make the playoffs. But then let's go to the other two teams some were saying that could make the playoffs. Tampa Bay Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's talk Tampa Bay Rays, and I'll talk about the Blue Jays, and then I'll talk about the Red Sox, who I think some people are underestimating too. But let's talk. The Yankees. First in the AL East. Tampa Bay Rays. Well, they lost Snell. They traded Snell. They lost Charlie Morton. There's two huge rotation spots. They signed Chris Archer back. Rich Hill. Tampa Bay likes to make those small moves, you know. They like to make those small moves. Which, you know what? That's their thing. But they're very successful. Right? The thing with Tampa Bay, a lot of people are saying they're taking a step back. Here's the thing with Tampa Bay Rays. We really do like their team up. They got their top prospect, Ryder Franco, is going to be a beast. I can tell you that. You got still Austin Meadows, Kevin Kuzmeyer. You may not have household names. Archer, Rich Hill. If Rich Hill's healthy, that's a big boost. If Archer, one of the most overrated pitchers ever in the league, I think even when Tampa Bay, he was overrated. And one of the worst deals Pittsburgh's ever made with Tampa Bay is Tyler Glasnow and Meadows for Chris Archer. Is one of the worst deals ever in baseball. Definitely in the last 5 years. Glasnow, I think has an ace potential to take the next step. Since Snell's gone, Glasnow is now the man to helm that rotation to be the number one, potentially. And a lot of people always underestimate the Rays. So I'm not gonna underestimate the Rays this time, because that's the wrong thing to do, is underestimating the Tampa Bay Rays. So I think they have a chance to make the wild card, and I think they're gonna be second in the East. And yes, I know you're gonna say, well, what about the Blue Jays? You're Blue Jays. Don't you think they'll be second in the East? Yeah, I think they can challenge for second in the East. But I'll tell you one of the reasons I have Tampa Bay ahead of them, because they have better pitching. So let's go to my Toronto Blue Jays. My Toronto Blue Jays made a lot of great moves this offseason. George Springer, center field. Marcus Semien to play second base. They traded for some pitcher, Steven Matz, right, from the Mets. Didn't do too well. Unfortunately, they signed Kirby Yates to be the closer, hopefully, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen. He's going to end up on a DL Tommy John surgery. So, yeah, that's a huge thing, because Kirby Yates, when healthy, is a beast. But that's a huge loss. The bullpen. I like Jordan Romano as a potential future closer, but I think it's too early for that. Even maybe Julian Miller rather could be a potential closer. But let's talk about the strong suit is definitely in their offense. If they're gonna get by this season and challenge for a playoff spot, especially a wild card spot, it's going to be through their offense, their young offense, along with George Springer and Marcus Semien. But as I am looking, checking my phone. I'm going to talk more about the Blue Jays. So a young offense, right? It consists of Bo Bichette, Raleigh Teles, Calvin Biggio, Luis Gurriel, and I think this guy's gonna have a breakout year. You're gonna see this guy put up huge numbers this year. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Why am I telling you this? He's lost all the weight, about 40 pounds. He looks better in the field, but you know what? I'm not talking about his fielding. I'm talking about his hitting. He looks much better at the plate. Looks like a different hitter at the plate. Yes, it's spring training, but he looks like a much better hitter at the plate. And they also got Teoscar Hernandez, right? Who had a tremendous season last year. Teoscar Hernandez is tremendous last year. And I think with their offense is going to carry them. So let's go with their pitching. This is the reason I think this is going to end up third. It's because their pitching staff, their starting rotation specifically, is not that good. It's not that good. And behind Ryu, it's very weak. It's very weak. Let's see it behind Ryu. We got Robbie Wade's gonna miss his first start of the season because he hurt himself, but he's not gonna be out long term, so that's good. Pearson's out. We don't know how long he's gonna be out. But after Steven Matz, Rod Stripling, Tanner Wark, Tanner Wark, terrible. Like the rotation's weak. I mean. Yeah, if they're injured by the deadline, I do see them making some moves at the deadline for some pitching, but really, it's really bad. I mean, really bad. So that's why their offense has to get them by. And yes, I know I'm talking about the Blue Jays more because they are my team. So yeah. So I think the Blue Jays will finish third, but they can challenge They could challenge Tampa Bay for second. Maybe they even could challenge the Yankees for first. Who knows, right? Who knows? But hey, now let's go to Boston. Here at Boston. Now, people are underestimating Boston, the Red Sox. And they shouldn't. You shouldn't underestimate the Red Sox. They still got a good offense. They got Bogart, JJ Martinez, Hunter Renfroe can hit a lot of home runs there. They still got Rafael Devers. Their first baseman, Brian Daubach, prospect, looking really, really good this spring. And I don't know when Aguero Rodriguez is back. They'll help the rotation. They have Garrett Richards, injury prone. Chris Sale, Martin Perez. I still don't like their pitching, but I do. Their offense is still really, really good. So you're missing Boston. I still think they're finished fourth. So I said Baltimore. I think Baltimore all the way. So I got Yankees, New York Yankees 1, making the playoffs. Tampa Bay 2, Toronto 3, Boston 4, Baltimore 5th in the AL East. Now. And here's the thing. Now let's go to the Central. AL Central, the American League Central. Teams consist of, well, Chicago White Sox, Cleveland Indians, or Cleveland team as they're now called, Minnesota Twins, Kansas City Royals, and Detroit Tigers. Now, Detroit Tigers is getting by the way. They're going to finish last in the division. The Detroit Tigers are going to finish last. Now, let's go through 1 to 4. I do think the White Sox are going to win the division, but using Jimenez hurts them a lot. But they got such a young, good team. Yohan Moncada, Luis Roberts, Jose Abreu. Who else? I don't know who else, but they got a young core. They upgraded rotation, getting Lance Lynn. They really needed to upgrade the rotation. Lucas Giolito, they have Keiko, but Lance Lynn will give them a solid third, fourth star in that rotation. They signed Liam Hendricks to be the closer. Great addition. Yeah, so that's why I think they're going to win the AL Central. But it's not. I'm not going to say it's a for sure thing because I do think Minnesota is, of all teams that division, is going to be a team that challenges them. Hey Tim, how are you, man? Minnesota has made some good additions too. They re-signed Nelson Cruz. You got Josh Donaldson. Hoping the rotation takes the next step. They can hit. Minnesota can hit. I really do like that. I know they lost Rosario, but I do like the addition of Andrelton Simmons from Anaheim. He can hit a bit, but he's a tremendous defensive shortstop, one of the best in the league. So I like that addition. I think Minnesota has a chance to challenge Chicago, and definitely one of those two teams I think will be a wildcard team. Third team is Cleveland. Yes, they traded Lindor and Carrasco, but they always develop pitching very well. Shane Bieber, Zach Plesac, they always find a way to do well. They have Jose Ramirez. I don't like their outfield. I mean, Rosario is a good addition, but I don't see him as a playoff team. Maybe a 500 team. I don't see him as a playoff team, so I definitely see him as third. But I'll say this. Kansas City, don't be shocked if Kansas City is better than Cleveland. Don't be shocked if the Royals are better than Cleveland. I feel like the Royals are one of the few teams people have been talking about, and they've been making such underrated good moves. Mike Minor, solid addition to Daniel Duffy. Brady Singer, solid addition to rotation. Brady Singer's top prospect pitcher. Your offense, Carlos Santana, Whit Merrifield. They said, Who else? Bruno Mondesi, the top prospect. Yeah, me too, man. I'm ready for the baseball season. Yeah, take rest if you can, man. Who else? Carl Santana. They made some good additions to Kansas City. Some underrated additions that nobody's talking about. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they have a good solid year and challenge Cleveland for the third spot. I don't think they're a wild card team. Maybe 500 at best, but they're getting closer. They're getting better. So don't be surprised if they're third in the Central. In Detroit, yeah, Detroit's definitely fifth, but they do got some good young prospects and players in Detroit. Let's go to AL West. AL West. Now, the AL West to me is not as clean cut as the other divisions. Texas and Seattle, definitely 4 and 5. I don't think it matters who's going to be 4 and 5. It could be either Seattle or Texas. Definitely 4 and 5. Houston might be the favorites. I'm not sure if Verlander's back, but they got Greinke. We signed Brantley. They're still good. They lost Springer. They got Correa, Bregman, Altuve. They still got a good offense. Losing Springer, that's hurt them in the outfield and the leadoff, but they still got a good offense. They still got a good team. I don't think they're as good as the past years, but I see them being I think they're gonna be number one in the West. But secondly, I think it's gonna be Oakland. Oakland's gonna be number 2. They always do well, Oakland. Really do like their team with Ramon Laureano, Matt Chapman, Greg Olson. Got a good team there. But the one team that could challenge those two teams, that has a very good chance of being either number 1 or 2, a wildcard team, is Anaheim Angels. Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Trout, Rendon, Dylan Bundy is a pitcher. They got some. They have a good young team, Anaheim. They could challenge that division, man. They could really challenge that division. I think they have a chance to potentially upset and win that division. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a 500 team and win that division, or even be a wild card team. But Texas and Seattle, Kyle Lewis was rookie of the year for the American League. But I don't see Seattle. Just signing James Paxton, but I don't see Seattle or Texas challenging Houston, Oakland, Anaheim for a top spot in the West, or even a wild card spot in the American League. So that's my predictions of the AL West. So let's go down to AL, who I think is going to make the playoffs. Yankees. Let's go down division by division. Yankees, White Sox, Astros, wild card, Twins, and Oakland. Because I think the AL West is a little bit easier because they got easier teams to beat, with Texas and Seattle in that division. But I can see Toronto, Tampa Bay, maybe even Cleveland, even maybe Kansas City challenge for a wild card spot. Remember, there's only five playoff spots, right? 2 division winners and 2 wild cards, and the 2 wild card teams play each other, right? So yeah, I think it's gonna be a tight race this year. A very tight race. All right, let's go to the National League. Now let's talk about the National League. Probably the best division of all baseball is the NL East. Philadelphia Phillies, Atlanta Braves, Washington Nationals, and New York Mets, Miami Marlins. Now, any of 4 of these teams can make the playoffs. If you know, I said 4 teams, right? Because Miami Marlins are not making the playoffs. If any of the 5 teams in that division, Miami Marlins 100% not gonna make the playoffs. But any of these teams can make the playoffs. Any of these teams, these 4 teams: Philadelphia, Washington, New York, and Atlanta. I think Atlanta will make the playoffs. They got a good young team: McCuna, Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Elizabeth. I think they signed Charlie Morton. They helped out both of their rotation. Max Fried. Yeah, so I think Atlanta's gonna make the playoffs, win the division. But they're gonna be challenged by the Mets and Washington. The Mets made a lot of good solid additions offseason. The trade for Lindor, Carrasco. I know Carrasco's hurt, but that's a good trade. They got Stroman back to Tyjon Walker. Helped the rotation. James McCann. I really do like the Mets team. I do think the Mets could challenge Atlanta, and I think the Mets definitely will end up in the playoffs as one of those teams. So I think again Atlanta is winning, but Mets second, and I think Washington could, just like New York, could win that division. I really do like their additions too. John Lester, Brad Hand, Josh Bell. But they do like those additions. Washington, Philadelphia. Yeah, I said it could be the challenge. I'm not sold on Philadelphia as much as those three teams, because I'm with question marks about the pitching. Their offense is solid. McCutcheon, Harper, Alex Bohm, Didi Gregorius. If we sign Gregorius and we middle as a solid addition. Yeah, I'm excited for Blue Jays, and yeah, the Braves should have an amazing season. They have a good team, but they're in a very tough division. So Phillies, I think they could be a 500 team, possibly make a wild card team, but I'm not as sold as them as winning the division as New York, Washington, or Atlanta. I think those three teams are a little bit better than the Phillies. Yes, Phillies did make some solid additions to their bullpen, which was terrible last year. Yes, it was 60 games, but it was abysmal. Their bullpen was shit last year. Just look up at the numbers. It's really, really bad, man. Let's go to the NL Central, which I consider the weakest division of baseball. And all of baseball, including the American League. Who do they have in the Central, right? So you got St. Louis Cardinals, Chicago Cubs, Milwaukee Brewers, Cincinnati Reds, Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, Pittsburgh Pirates, I think, are going to be the worst team in baseball. That's what I think. They're going to be the worst team in baseball. But Cincinnati's lost some two solid pitchers in Bauer and Anthony DeStefani. I think that's his name. But they still got some offense. Castellanos, Mike Moustakas, Joey Votto, I like Nick Senso, Suarez. They still got some offense. I think they could be a dangerous team. I don't think they're. I think the Cubs are one of those teams. We'll see it by the deadline if they're in it or not. They're in it or not, because their core is basically free agents. Rizzo's a free agent, Bryant's a free agent, and Baez is a free agent. Now, if it was me, I would let Bryant go and we sign Baez and Rizzo. But at the deadline, we'll see where the Cubs are at. If they're in it, out of it, I definitely expect Bryant to be traded. Chris Bryant to be traded at the deadline. Those two, I don't know. They might try to re-sign them during the season. But Chris Bryant is definitely the most likely one to go. Deadline or free agency. But if he has a good year, maybe. He maybe has a good year. They may end up looking at good money. And if they trade him deadline and having a good year, they may get more value for him. If not, well, yeah. But so to me, Chris Bryant is the most likely one to go from Chicago, the Cubs, of Rizzo and Bryant. And Rizzo and Baez. St. Louis, to me, is an interesting team. They got good pitching. I like the Nolan Arenado deal with Goldschmidt. I think their offense is a little better with Nolan Arenado. I think they could win the division. Because one thing St. Louis lacked last year when they won the division, they couldn't get the playoffs. They couldn't advance. They couldn't get those clutch hits, big hits, because their offense was weak. Yeah, that Goldschmidt. Their offense wasn't very good. So I still got St. Louis winning the division. But Milwaukee would be the team that makes it tough. Lorenz, because I think they're high on Corbin Burns, Blake Woodruff, bullpen with Josh Hader, right? But that's who they got. They signed Jackie Bradley to improve their defense. Christian Yelich, Lorenzo Cain. They got a very good outfield, very good defensive outfield. Offensively, Christian Herrera. Who else? They got a solid team. They could definitely challenge St. Louis for first in the Central. It's a really, really bad division. Because a lot of players in the offseason, Chicago, remember, they traded Darvish. A lot of players offseason. A lot of players in the offseason, good players in the offseason, were from the Central and moved to other teams, whether they get traded or free agency. And not a lot of players, except Olin Arenado might be the most impactful player, or even solid player, to go from that division into the Central, NL Central. So, yeah, the NL Central lost a lot of good players. Josh Bell, Darvish, Trevor Bauer. A lot of players. That's why it's the weakest division right now. let's go to the final division in the National League, AL West. Now, to me, this division is a two-team division. San Diego and the Dodgers. I still got the Dodgers winning it. Look, their rotation, their pitching staff is amazing. They got David Price in the bullpen. David Price is going to be in the bullpen. Yes, this guy, David Price. David Price, of all people, is going to be in the bullpen. That's how deep the rotation is. Trevor Bauer, Clayton Kershaw. Who else? Like Tony Gonsolin. They got a very deep rotation, man. That's why it's a lot of the Prices in the bullpen. They're hitting Cody Bellinger, Seager, his brother, right? Who else? Mookie Betts, obviously Mookie Betts, MVP, definitely MVP candidate. If they're not the best team in the NL, I'll be shocked. Cause to me, they're the best team in the National League and possibly the best team overall in all of baseball. I think possibly. No, not possibly. To me, they are the best team overall in all of baseball. Yeah, they're the best. Now let's go to the team that's going to challenge them. I think has a good chance of winning. There's a possible chance they can win the division. They're not as deep, but they made a lot of solid moves this offseason. San Diego Padres, man, good young team. Tatis Jr., Machado. The rotation got a boost of two additions and Yu Darvish and Blake Snell. Solid rotation. Yes, Mike Clevenger's out the year for the Tommy John. They got him from Cleveland midseason last year. That was a good addition. If he comes back next year, becomes the pitcher he once was in Cleveland, that's a very good 3. Because Snell signed for 3 more years, so he's not a free agent. Darvish, I don't know how long he's left, maybe a few more years, but it's a solid rotation. They got a solid team, San Diego. They are going to challenge Dodgers for that spot. There's San Francisco. I think they have a little bit better team than most of the other teams in the AL West, but I don't see them as a threat to San Diego or LA. So let's get to the Colorado and Arizona. Now these two teams, I think Colorado is going to be the worst team. I just have a feeling they're going to be the worst team in that division. Trevor Story, the big-time shortstop, is a free agent. I think by deadline day, Story's going to be traded. Trevor Story's not going to be a Rocky. And they're going to finish 5th. Arizona, they're going to finish 4th. Don't know much about them. I know they like their top pitching plus with Zach Gallen. But yeah, so I got the Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks, and Rockies. So my playoffs for the AL West, NL division. Atlanta's going in the East, NL East. St. Louis, the Central, NL Central. Dodgers, the NL West. Wildcard teams, Padres, and the Mets. But as I said, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Washington, New York, Mets, and even Atlanta could challenge for a wildcard team. Because even though I said Atlanta's going to win the NL East, I still there's a chance that New York, Washington, and even Philadelphia have a chance of winning the NL East. And yes, Philadelphia, I don't put them as high as those two teams, Washington and New York, but they're still a threat. And let's see how I got in my World Series predictions. Well, everybody's going New York, Yankees, Dodgers. Now, that matchup will get to people. Will get to eyes. Will get to people watching. New York Yankees versus LA Dodgers, the two biggest markets in the U.S. Why not, right? Why would we want that? So I'm still gonna go with the Dodgers, but I'm gonna go Dodgers, White Sox. Just for the hell of it. I'm probably overreaching here because I probably should have said New York Yankees, but I'm not sold on the Yankees because of their rotation and stuff. I still think they're the best team in the American League. But let's be frank, all the teams in the AL are not complete teams, have all weaknesses. NL, I can say the Dodgers might be the only team in the whole majors that have no weaknesses. Maybe the bullpen, but they got so much depth. It's amazing. I think my World Series prediction is definitely the Dodgers winning. the World Series. Once again, they're going to repeat. Now, guys. Should I do Rookie of the Year? I don't know. I can't do Rookie of the Year because I have to know the rookies coming up. Should I do AL MVP? AL MVP? Okay, I'll do AL MVP. I think it's going to be... I know the easy answer is say Mike Trout. I think it's going to be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Vladimir Guerrero is going to be the AL MVP. Now I'm joking. I'm going to still go with Mike Trout. MVP, AL MVP in the American League. Now for the NL MVP, hear me out. I think Freddie Freeman's possibly up there. Because I really like him. Freddie Freeman's amazing. I wish he was on my Blue Jays, played in Canada. I'm going to go Fernando Tatis Jr. as my NL MVP. Cy Young, Garrett Cole in the American League. NL Cy Young, I'm not going to go with Max Scherzer. Because that's the easy choice. I'm going to go with either Jacob deGrom or Trevor Bauer. I think it's going to be... I'm going to go with deGrom. As my NL Cy Young Award winner. Manager of the Year, American League. If Kansas City gets in, I'm going to go with the manager in Kansas City. I forget who it is. Oh, Mike Matheny, the manager. Kansas City approves by Mike Matheny. Definitely. NL, Manager of the Year. Manager of Milwaukee, whoever it is. I don't know. Maybe Joe Girardi, Philadelphia. Yeah, Joe Girardi, Philadelphia. But yeah, so yeah, baseball, man. That's baseball for you. It starts tomorrow, man. 1 o'clock. I'll tell you 1 o'clock tomorrow. Blue Jays and Yankees. 1 o'clock. Opening day. We got Cleveland Indians, Detroit Tigers 1:10. Baltimore and Red Sox are 2:10 tomorrow. This is Eastern time, my time. Twins and Brewers are 2:10 tomorrow. Pirates and Cubs are 2:20 tomorrow. Atlanta and Philadelphia are 3:05 tomorrow. St. Louis and Cincinnati are 4:10 tomorrow. LA Dodgers and Colorado Rockies are 4:10 tomorrow. Rays and Marlins are 4:10 tomorrow. Diamondbacks and Padres are 4:10 tomorrow. Rangers and Royals are 4:10 tomorrow. Mets and Nationals are 7:09 tomorrow. White Sox and the Angels, Chicago White Sox, Anaheim Angels, or Los Angeles Angels, 10 o'clock tomorrow. Houston Astros and Oakland Athletics is 10:07 tomorrow, 10 o'clock. San Francisco and Seattle at 10:10 tomorrow. Yeah, so baseball's back, baby. 162 games. I'm going to try to watch the majority of the games because I just love baseball. It's my favorite sport, man. And I know some people say it doesn't matter until like August or September. To me, it matters. To me, every game matters. But yeah, guys, deadline July 31st. I'm going to tell you my candidates. Trevor Story, potential players on the Cubs. Baez, Bryant and Rizzo, potential trade bait. Most likely Bryant will be traded. I think the Cubs definitely want to sign. 100% would want to sign Baez and Rizzo. If I were them, I'd try to re-sign them before the season starts. Mets, right now the Mets, there's been miscommunication with the Mets and Lindor about contract extension with this camp, right? And I got, if you want to check something out, like I'll show you something very quick. Be right back. I'll be right back, guys. I showed you this on my stream, right? Check. This is a Javier Baez card, Chicago Cubs card, Diamond Relics from 2021 Topps opening day. This is dirt from actual Wrigley Field. Played on dirt from actual Wrigley Field. Yes, legendary Wrigley Field. Dirt. I got dirt. I got dirt. And you can see this on my unboxing. I made a video about unboxing cards. Baseball hobby cards. So go check them out, man. I'll when I've done this, I edit this, I'll put it on the side for you guys to check it out. But so go check out my or I'll put a link down below for you can check it out. But if you want to just search my YouTube channel, it's on there. I made it yesterday, so you can find it. Me unboxing hobby boxes of opening day 2021 cards, and this is where I got this card, the Diamond Relic. The hobby box, you either get a Diamond Relic or autograph card. I was hoping for an autograph card, but you know what? This is still good enough. I mean, having actual dirt from Wrigley Field, the legendary, one of the top 3 legendary fields in all of baseball's history. Yeah, this is dirt, man. Yeah. Alright, I'm back once again. So, I think that's gonna be my show. Yeah, it's a short show, it's a preview show. You know, I could go on longer. Right? I could go on longer. But, before I end this, are you excited for the MLB season, baseball season coming back tomorrow? Comment down below, okay? Also, guys, Why We Love Sports is happening this Friday, not Saturday. Friday at 3 p.m. I just got to update it, right? I got to check the sports schedule and just update it for you guys. Friday 3 p.m. And then no show on the weekends, obviously for obvious reasons. My Blue Jays play. And then I said this earlier in the show. My upcoming schedule. Monday is all about wrestling. I know I was supposed to do one last week, but things got in the way. Same for my sports show. It was kind of late. It was 3:30, 4 o'clock, and when I got home, I didn't want to do a show then. Because I had stuff to do at 4 o'clock. I wanted to watch some stuff at 4 o'clock, so I didn't want to do a show for like half an hour because I had stuff to talk about. But this Monday, I'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. 2-week stuff. Definitely about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever. Monday's all about wrestling. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday? Oh, Wednesday. NXT TakeOver preview stream, night 1. Thursday, it's about the pop stream and another stream for TakeOver night 2. Friday, no stream. Saturday, Why We Love Sports will happen. Originally, I was going to move it to Friday, right? But my Blue Jays game got pushed back to 7 o'clock on Saturdays now, so I could do Why We Love Sports in the afternoon now. So, yeah. On Saturday, Why We Love Sports. Saturday, April 10th, Why We Love Sports will happen. But before that, I'm gonna do a WrestleMania preview stream. So I'm gonna do 2 streams on Saturday, April 10th, and April 8th, Thursday, and Monday and Sunday. I'm gonna do on April 11th. I'm gonna do a WrestleMania stream later, around 4, 5 o'clock, because the Blue Jays play 1 o'clock on Sunday, April 11th. So, yeah, a lot of streams. 5 or 6 next week. It's a busy week. Busy week for next week for me. Let's see, let's count the streams. 1 Monday, 1 Wednesday, 2 Thursday, none Friday, 2 Saturday. Okay, let's do this again. 1 Monday, 2 Wednesday, 2 Thursday. No, 1 Monday, 1 Wednesday, that's 2. 2 Thursdays, 4. Saturday, 2, 6. Sunday, 7. 7 streams next week. 7 streams. So if you have time, come join me for that, guys. I'll set up the schedules. You'll see it. they'll work around my Blue Jay schedule. Like the Sunday, April 11th was working around my Blue Jay schedule. Stuff. So I'll work around my baseball schedule. So come check me out. I know I'll be burnt out, but so yeah, that's my schedule, upcoming schedule. So there'll be a show this Monday, and but there won't be this upcoming Monday about wrestling, and there will be Why We Love Sports this Saturday, not Saturday, Friday. It's this Friday. So come check me out. Comment down below, thumbs up this video, subscribe, and I hope to see you. No. First, I hope to see you. First, I gotta show you something. Cause before I let you guys go, here's my If you want to follow me on Twitter, here it is down below. Aaron J's fan on Twitter. Like, subscribe, and here. I was gonna show this picture on I was gonna show this picture for It's All About Wrestling, right? But I couldn't do it, so I'm gonna get rid of this picture, right, guys? So bye bye. But this is what I thank you guys for listening to the streams and all my.
Sweet! Two! Sweet! Two! Sweet!
Too sweet, guys. So I hope to see you Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Take care. And I got dirt.